What is going on, everybody? And it's a hot one. Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked. I don't think I have to tell it to this guy over here. He lives in Las Vegas, and it's probably hotter than there. So, what's up, man?
It's right now. It's a brisk 107.
Jesus. Even in Colorado, dude, today we were like 103. So that's, and of course, yeah, I know, right? What's up there, Brad?
There he is.
God Almighty, I'm having the hell of a time.
I know, right? What's up there?
Are you watching the Acolyte? Is that why?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched last night's episode. I'm doing that tonight. I've heard that everybody wants to pull their face off. So
honestly, I think I'm kind of just jaded. I already accepted that it's. I think I already accepted it's broken.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to upload my fucking video for an hour.
What?
I keep getting a copyright issue. Like, I've cut it down to 5 seconds, potential copyright, for the love of God.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I found out that I edited something down to 3 seconds, and I'm like, are you serious? Yeah,
they are on the warpath.
They're on the warpath.
It's insane.
Yeah. So
yeah, but we're not here for that. We're here to talk WWE.
We are here to talk WWE, and we got a good show for you tonight. We got a few topics to talk about, and Clash at the Castle is one of them. So
yes, a mere few days away. I wanted to talk about something first, as I just saw a question there. When do we think Roman is coming back? Well, kind of a lot of WWE creative stuff has been put on hold because of 2 recent off-TV injuries. Right now, we have it was reported on his Instagram and Pro Wrestling Insider, I believe, as well, that The Rock has got something going on with his elbow right here. As you saw on his Instagram, he's got like a golf ball size. Looks like it could be something as benign as a bursitis, which is not a horrible thing. It's just more or less uncomfortable. But they won't know until they have a MRI done, which means they're going to have to get that thing drained first. Then we'll know more. But a bursitis could also be an indication of something else, like a tricep tear. If that's the case, The Rock could be out for a while, which puts everything, at least on the SmackDown side, on hold, especially with Cody's story. With the story that Cody's in, it puts like the bloodline on pause. I mean, not pause, but just moving at a much slower pace. So we still are getting, because we know Roman is coming back. The inevitable debut of Jacob coming in, which I think once Jacob shows up, I don't think you need to bring any more of the NOYA thing. Emily. Yeah. And
another elbow.
And this is just okay, yeah, it sucks that he's hurt, because as much as I can't stand the man and I don't like the character, for WrestleMania 40, he did add some hype going into the main events. Okay. That being said, the fact that in this video, the guy just cannot help himself. He's got his little camera pans over, and there's like antibiotics and anti-inflammatory bottles, and he's like, "Oh, this is all I need," and grabs a bottle of Terramana tequila and takes a swig and says, "Oh, I feel better already." And I'm like, "You fucking hack! God, I can't stand this man."
Should have poured it on his elbow and watch it shrink.
Oh God!
Oh,
you
know what?
And his tequila is not even that good. It doesn't get. I have seen it out here in Vegas, in bars, not at any local bars. It's put on the strip. they practically have to give it away. It's that bad.
I'm not a tequila fan, so I've never tried it. So I have no. I can't tell you. Ugh, tequila. Ugh.
Fine for
Yeah,
margarita.
devil water. Devil water.
But no, that thing
So-
is that's insanity. That's insanity.
Right. So there is that. And then we also heard, I believe last night, from, I believe, the Wrestling Observer, I think it was Dave Meltzer who broke this, that Rhea Ripley is opting to rehab instead of surgery. Surgery for her will be a last resort. So if the rehab does not progress at the rate that she and WWE doctors like, then she will opt for surgery, which will just have her out even longer. So, right. So, and she was, a lot of folks were thinking that she was going to be back by SummerSlam. That is now off the table. That is now off the table.
Yeah, no, there's no way. It's probably a better idea to try to rehab it than do surgery, because surgery can cause so many freaking problems. So,
Well,
but she is going to be out longer. So,
yep.
What does that
Right.
do to the kind of the title right now?
Well, right now it's okay. I'm gonna say this right now. Liv is not dropping the title until Rhea comes back,
Okay.
because that's where the story is.
Okay.
Well, I guess the real question is who's getting in the hotel room points? Is it going to be Dom or Liv? Because now we're going to have a longer time.
If you watched every Judgment Day segment on Raw, the last one with all the boys around there and the hotel room card key is on the table without looking at it at all. And unbeknownst to everyone, Finn Balor just went and swiped it. Now that could go into a whole nother story, which could possibly be, because one thing we have seen now with WWE wrestlers, they have memories now, where under the old administration, if you would leave and come back, for some reason the past never happened. Part of the reason that Damian Priest did not was apprehensive about allowing Carlito into the Judgment Day is because Carlito screwed him at the backlash in Puerto Rico, and Damian remembered that. So Carlito had to gain more trust. So the original Judgment Day was created by Edge, and his first two recruits were Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Now there was a babyface trio that stood up to them. Was at the time AJ Styles, Liv, and Finn. So Finn and Liv have a working dynamic in the past. Just saying, that could turn into how Damian eventually gets kicked out of Judgment Day, and that can go into Clash of the Castle, which I assume we could go over the matches, and because there are two that I am absolutely dead set certain on 100% the outcome. One, I'm like, okay, this could go either way, and the other two are just wonky because there are so many variables now. I'm just saying.
Trying to find where it lists all the matches. So for everybody, I am unprepared today. What the hell does that say? Oh, I thought it said.
Oh, thank God it posted.
Woohoo!
Jesus Christ.
Round of applause.
Yes. Now we do have a quick This comment here from Matt. He says, please, Triple H, save Finn Balor from being a goon jobber, unvincify him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember when Finn? Do y'all remember when Finn Balor was good? I mean,
okay.
Has anyone remembered the Demon?
Finn has always been good. Finn has always,
yeah, but he hasn't been used as being good. That's what I mean.
Right. And this was the Vince thing. This was the Vince thing. And yes, Eric, you're right. Keep in mind, Finn has the hotel card. So, but just before we even go any further, the first segment where the hotel room card was introduced, I'm just saying, whenever Liv Morgan is on WWE TV right now, you might want to change that segment from TV PG to TV 14. I'm just saying, because again, the only thing that would fold faster than me is the overnight shift at Old Navy.
Matt says Prince Devitt Finn Balor is one of the top 25 or even top 15 best wrestlers in the world.
Yep, absolutely.
If he's not being utilized properly, then it's a waste of talent. It's a fucking waste. Which is WWE has been known for years to waste talented people, just because just something about them that they don't, I mean, shit. It was said about Kane for for the end of his career that they're like going, the old Kane was so much better. And it's like, yeah, it kind of was. I mean, he put put a lot of people over, people who, and unfortunately, like, I don't think needed to go over, but it is what it is. I guess that's just wrestling. Well, look at the Undertaker. Brock Lesnar beat him. Yeah, it's like, he ended the streak. I think a lot of people feel that the streak should never been ended, but okay, so here we go. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, this match should be the main event. This should be the last match of the night. Yeah,
that's why it's in the number 1 slot. So let's start at the bottom of the list here. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus
Wait, when did this hold on. When did this become a triple?
I will explain that. Okay, this happened on Friday when they had a tag team match between the Power Buff Girls and Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae again. So now the original announced card was going to be Jade Cargill versus Indy Hartwell in a singles match. Wake me when it's over. So they made this.
Let me see if I can do my best ego. Yo, that'd be fire, man. I don't think it worked, but
no. So you understand why they made that a tag match. Now, this is on SmackDown. All of a sudden, Zoe and Shayna come down to ringside to watch. Isla Dawn and Alpha Fire come down to ringside as well. They're both raw talent. I thought we had a draft. I thought there was a brand split because on SmackDown, you saw all 3 teams again in the same segment. You could have easily announced this match from Raw as opposed to SmackDown. This made no sense. So they interfered and whatever. So now we have this triple threat match because Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are both Scottish. Now, again, as I said, this is, Eric, I asked that a lot. I asked that a lot. Now, this could be a weird, maybe a hot take, but I could see the Power of Girls losing the title. I could easily see them losing the title here because it is because it is a triple threat match. So, and I did a little homework on the women's championship. It has been in existence for about 52 months, just over 4 years. In that time frame, it has changed hands 25 times.
In 4 years?
Just over 4 years.
Jesus.
It's like the 24/7 title.
By 19 different teams. Now, of all of the tag team champions, there have been two bona fide teams that have held that title. The Iconics and KC2. So really, you just have singles that get put together. It's like, oh, you're a tag team now, just to put a belt on someone. These titles are useless, and at some point, it's going to become a millstone, an albatross to Bianca and Jade, particularly Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
You do not.
I think we've passed that.
You do not want the Bianca to hold this title for much longer, because at a certain point, why do you even want her in a singles anymore? You're not going to take her seriously. So I could see, and again, this being a triple threat, Zoe Stark is there to eat a pin. And this would give the hometown crowd someone to cheer for, because again, this could be a very ballsy move, but there's a very real possibility that not one Scot leaves with the title. That would be a ballsy move. I don't see it happening.
Oh, also, I think, if you want my honest opinion, man, I think this is just this is boring. I don't think anybody cares.
Well, that's
I mean, I think the pairing of Bianca and Jade, I don't think anybody cares.
No one does.
Well, we know one person does, but he's not here.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, now, even he's kind of leaning towards, because we saw it last week. He's kind of leaning.
Yeah, my prediction happened.
Right.
I love it.
Hey, love it. Now I could see. Now I would much rather you get rid of the women's tag title and introduce the women's mid card title and have like that float,
like an intercontinental or North American title.
Yeah, or U.S. championship. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that would be a lot better.
I would much rather see that, because no one cares about this tag team title. No one, because
honestly, I don't think anyone really cares about tag team wrestling anymore. Not like they used to.
Much.
Not the way, not like they used to. No, I would definitely agree with that.
And plus, okay, let's say the Bianca and Jade to retain the title. Okay. Who's next? They have burned through everyone. There's no one left.
And then Bianca is stuck there even longer until they find somebody. I can't see Bianca and Jade together for another whole freaking month.
No, and now I could see, and again, this is going to take some work, but if you take the belts off of them now because of a miscue, a botch, something, you can now start a feud and have a singles match between the Bianca and Jade at SummerSlam.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
Oh, it will be bad. It will be bad, but it'll make sense.
It would also make more sense too, in my opinion, if they made Jade a heel. I don't think she works as a face.
I would love to see B go back to her original black and gold character where she was a heel. I would love to see that.
I'm just saying, also at the same time, when it comes to Jade, like she can't sell. She can't put somebody over the top. So if Jade's going to be anything, I think she should just be a heel and just manhandle people, and
Yeah,
just
but she's also
Yeah, that's
she's
that's
also not
possible.
good
Yeah.
on the microphone. So I mean, what
No, she's
use is
terrible.
she?
No, yeah. So I mean, well, as a heel, you don't need to be good on the microphone. You don't need to be entertaining. You just have to be an ass. I mean, I'm sure she can play a bitch.
Well, part of a heel is, I mean, I will talk about heel stuff and what and go other stuff that can come in later on. But I could see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn taking the title. The safe bet is Bianca and Jade. Dark horse pick, the unholy union.
So
That's my
yeah.
that's my pick.
Do you think there's some really incredible heel arcs. I think
Roman
Stone Cold,
Reigns.
yeah, Roman Reigns,
Roman
incredible,
Reigns.
excellent heel. I think Stone Cold was a great heel too.
I
That's
think
how
the
you know.
heels become better when they are actually good on the mic. It's one thing to go out
Yeah.
there and beat people up, but you have to piss off the audience. And you piss off the audience by going out there and engaging with them.
Yeah.
That's the best heels.
Right.
Well, that's why so many people loved Hollywood Rock. He's just an ass.
Oh yeah, he was a
But he was
dick.
funny. And then
And
of
he
course,
was-
like when they cheer him,
was
he's like,
him.
don't cheer the Rock. Like it's just like, I don't know. It was, yeah, it's so, but I just don't. I got to be honest. I don't know what you do with this chick anymore. She's dragging Bianca Belair down. I'm gonna be honest. She really is.
Yeah. I
Like
agree.
it's like a weight to the bottom, just strapped to her
Yeah.
ankle. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. You either got to make her a heel or you got to send her to fucking NXT to learn how to wrestle better. I
I
don't
think
want to be a hater.
NXT.
Yeah, probably. I don't want to be a hater. I don't want to see her get freaking bounced or anything. But
It's not hate. It's not hating. It's criticism. It's
yeah,
constructive
it's because
criticism.
yeah, it's just they made this big deal about her and it's just like okay, like I have yet to see the big deal.
It's like a number one draft pick that just didn't pick. And
Yeah.
okay, it happens.
Yeah, it's just very strange. But yeah, like like we were talking about last week, Ego's kind of moved on from it. So I can't see these two doing it. So there's got to be like a malfunction or something between these two, and then of course I'll say Alba and Isla pick up the win, and then that can get be the breakup.
A few,
All good,
right.
yeah. All good couples have to split.
Yes. So then we move on to the next match.
Yes,
Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles in an I Quit match. Now we had talked about we wanted to see this AJ Cody feud going on for maybe another 2 premium live events. That stipulation right there is going to make a third match very hard to get to. The fact that it is an I Quit match.
pretty much.
For those of you
Does that mean I quit
who
wrestling?
do not know, no,
Have you ever
it
heard?
just means I quit this match.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've never
okay.
seen an I Quit match?
I heard
Is
it
it- okay.
before, but it's basically like I give up, right?
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much.
So
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Now, but what you have to do, so instead of just tapping out or something, you have to physically say the words I quit.
So it's the
Until
meaning.
microphone.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yes.
But
Yes,
It-
exactly.
Well, basically,
I mean,
you
so-
have to beat the shit out of each other until somebody says I quit.
mhm.
The last I Quit match was against Finn Balor and Edge. Finn was a member of Judgment Day at this time, and Rhea dragged Beth Phoenix into the ring, hit her with a chair, and they were going to do a concerto on her. And so Edge said,
that's
I
right.
quit.
Yeah, see that would that would
But then he did quit. And, well, he didn't quit. His contract. Was
Well,
up, but
Right.
God, have you seen some of
So-
his matches in AEW? He's been he's really taking a toll on himself. It's insanity. Anyway, we're not talking about that, but
he's also 52. So
yeah,
there's that.
He looks rough though. Anyway,
he's always looked rough. He always has. So Cody Rhodes is going over on this match. This is pretty much guaranteed because the Uber babyface champion, babyface champion will never say I quit. Never.
Nope.
It's never happened. Not once. Not ever. Now, what I liked and what we finally got on SmackDown is Cody was in the loading area. Nick Aldis, who was always dressed so well. Those suits he wears just fit him perfectly. Amazing. Pay your tailor more, sir. So AJ comes out in the black SUV and he's standing out outside the roof. Cody goes to the ring, and then we get the tracking shot where he's going through the back. He hits the curtain. There's no theme music. There's no pyro. There is no whoa. Cody is angry. Cody is pissed off. Cody's got heat. And I'm like, it's about damn time. That spot was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
He needs to do something. In my opinion, look, I know there's a lot of love for Cody Rhodes, but
and it should be.
And I think that I think being an Uber face for too long is basically what happened to John Cena.
Yeah,
I think, and to where a lot of male audience members like, dude, you're lame. Like, but all the ladies and kids loved him. So, and it's I think that was. Go ahead, dude.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say the other thing is it doesn't fit with the time period now because the Uber babyface is very much of the early WWE, like the early 80s. The Hulk Hogan was the Uber babyface guy. And that doesn't work now. People want a little more nuance.
Well, I mean, and that's one reason I think that I think Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, they could bounce back and forth and be just fine, and people liked it. Even Chris Jericho dabbled with it, and I think he did a good job. When he was the first undisputed champion, what an ass, dude, he's ass, and he was hilarious. But yeah, I think John Cena is a cautionary tale, in my opinion.
Roman was in danger of being a John Cena if they didn't turn him.
Roman was absolutely stale. Absolutely. I mean, he was so stale. His character was so stale, it was starting to grow mold. That's how stale he was.
Could have harvested mushrooms off him.
And then you've got and I just watched not too long ago on the Wrestle Talk. They have like this hour and a half. They got this hour and a half video on the Tribal Chief, and it is brilliant, absolutely amazing. So then you've got Roman Reigns. He comes back. It's right before it's the first SummerSlam that they had in the Thunderdome. It was the Thunderdome's debut, and you've got the Fiend and Braun Strowman. Okay, Braun Strowman's in a championship match. Why? I have no idea. But anyway, that's beside the point. Out comes Roman Reigns, and there's something just a little different about him. He's got a swagger to him. He's got this edge to him. And in the following week, when they are doing the contract signings of Strowman, Bray Wyatt, and then Roman, and Roman says, okay, I will sign this on the day of the match with our changes in place, and I will claim the Universal Championship. And that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. Camera pans over, and there's Paul Heyman next to him, and it's like, oh shit, this is a full-blown heel turn.
Paul Heyman's been a part of some of the most incredible heel turns.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was one of those things that yeah, I mean and at the same time too, it's got to feel good to be able to change your persona, and then all of a sudden the people who were supposed to cheer you, who've been booing you, now you get to go out there and tell them how you feel.
Right.
So
So this
it's
is so I think it's pretty safe to say that Cody versus AJ Styles, we might all agree Cody is not losing the title.
Oh
no,
God, no, no,
but
no.
it needs to be believable. If they're doing an I
Oh
Quit
yeah,
match, it needs to be
Mhm.
something that's intense.
absolutely.
But
So I
Absolutely.
hope
then
they don't rein it in.
what happens to AJ after? 'Cause look, AJ's not coming away, but what happens to him then at this point? Because
I
he's an
could
older
see AJ.
dude. He's got
He's
to be cycling out
47
soon.
now. He's 47 now. I could see him if he wants to write out his contract for forever, how long it is. I could see him going over to Raw for a little bit, but what is there left in the WWE for AJ to do?
Not much.
Yeah,
Not much.
I would agree.
I mean, what? Become a manager?
No,
A
I mean,
commentator?
I mean,
I mean,
I mean, I mean, he has held pretty much every title there
yeah.
is. He has held the world championship here. He's held the world championship in TNA. He's held the world championship in New Japan. AJ Styles is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. So this may be the start of his way out.
Mhm.
I would agree. Matt says AJ has stated in real life interviews
Yeah.
that his yeah, I've heard those comments.
He's
And when your body does
47. He's
yeah.
47.
Well, I mean, and it was unfortunately when your body stops recovering, the way it used to, many wrestlers unfortunately start popping pills to
Mhm.
help with the pain. And I mean, look at
The
Jeff
Rock.
Hardy. Look at
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy. Biggest cautionary tale. He was younger, but the thing is that
Mhm.
he was doing such crazy shit that, like, yes, like, of course, dude, you're gonna be in so agony all the time.
Yeah.
So
Probably
Yep.
the only reason Edge and Christian could actually come back is they were forced to retire. So they actually had time to get a little healthier
yeah.
because they weren't doing it to
Well,
their body as much.
Edge did have a neck
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
injury,
He
so
absolutely had a neck issue.
Oh
But
yeah, no, I mean, because it was supposed to be what him and Kane for the world heavyweight title or something like that, like way
yeah.
back when.
I,
And
Yeah. And
when
then he
I don't
just,
know.
retired that officially the first time, it
2011.
was years. It was years,
2011.
yeah,
Yeah.
2011.
yeah. He was gone for years.
But if he had kept on
9 years.
wrestling and kept trying to do the things he had been doing, I don't think he would have lasted half
No,
as long. I mean, the only reason
no.
he probably came back is because even with his neck issues, his body wasn't beaten to hell from another 6 or 7 years of hardcore wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, in my opinion, I think that's one reason that I don't know how much longer Randy Orton's going to last either. Because
Yeah.
when you injure a spinal cord or anything like that, you're really on borrowed time,
Well,
and it sucks.
Randy has also said that that his back is more he's got more the metal in his back than bone probably at this point.
Hmm. I would probably believe that.
The guy's a
And
cyborg.
yeah, that's true. Um, Love it says, "Oh shoot, a three-way female tag team." Wow, I don't know if that's sarcasm because it kind of reads that way.
I'm kind of thinking it's sarcasm.
Uh,
You know what? Until Joker said it, I forgot about the Thunderdome era.
Mhm.
I remember driving by that on the way to work because they had all the trucks out of Tropicana Field.
Mhm.
Eric says maybe the Universal title for AJ.
Doesn't exist anymore. Doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore. It is now just the undisputed WWE Championship. The Universal part is gone.
Yeah. So
That was the combined titles, right? Kind of.
yeah,
Correct,
that
correct.
was the combined titles that Roman had. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't. So I obviously I'm gonna pick Cody Rhodes. I just hope it's an awesome match. I want to see.
It's going to be a good match. That's going to be a good match.
I think these two can carry one hell of a match. So I don't know. I don't know how. I can't imagine these are going to be the order of everything.
No.
This will be the first. This will be absolutely the first match. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But okay. This is one that Bailey versus Piper Niven for the WWE Women's Championship. I'm picking Bailey.
Yeah,
that's an easy pick.
Yeah,
and actually, I think that's going to be the third match. Actually,
I
correct.
think like the mid card match, kind of like
yeah. I think it's going to be Bianca,
Scott, non-Scott, Scott, non-Scott, Scott.
That would make sense.
Mm-hmm. But I'd flip Cody and Sammy's because you can't have the Undisputed Championship as the second match.
No,
you shouldn't.
Well,
no.
Well, I mean they
did it once, right?
They have had top championships, the matches to open premium live events.
That was a WrestleMania, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Couple of them.
Yeah,
couple of them.
This one though, so this is going to be a long match. This is going to be, I would imagine, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 minutes.
At least half an hour. At least
I would say at least half an hour, if not maybe even 30. Maybe leaning more towards like 40 minutes. I don't think it's going to be an hour. That's too long for them to beat each other up. This is going to be 15,
10 tops. 10 tops. 10
well,
that's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
15.
Well, it'll be tough for Jade.
Yeah. Well, she's not going to do much. I would bet.
No.
I would not be surprised if she got like knocked out by a double team or something for a bit. That looks kind of brutal, just so she's on the sideline for a bit, and then she comes back at the
yeah.
The Wilson, because she can't count.
Eric says, "I'm gonna go for the surprise. The surprise here. Give me Piper."
Nope.
I don't think
not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Bailey's got too much momentum right now, in my opinion.
No. Bailey has zero. The momentum. Her story is ice cold, absolutely ice cold, because everything is.
Was she at the last one?
She has no story. She has no story.
Well, no, she. Oh crap! I accidentally muted myself, dumbass. She doesn't have an interesting story, but she still has a lot of love from the fans. So that's what I kind of meant by momentum. So,
but
she's got that.
The promo though,
but then again,
that promo was weird.
That promo last SmackDown, Piper gave a very good promo. Very good promo. Unfortunately,
she was fine.
Unfortunately, it was drowned out by a bunch of idiotic the what chants.
What?
God, that thing needs to go.
It's almost 25 years old.
I know. Stone Cold's not even there anymore. It kind of needs to go. Like Daniel Bryan's not there, so the audience isn't going to sit there and say yes. Like
So the promo that Piper gave, and there was one segment of it where she said, "I was winning championships around the world while you were hugging and giving high fives." And then when I came to the WWE, I had to dig my way out of the trenches to get to where I am now. When she came to the WWE, you've got a world women's champion coming into your doors. You put her in this opal-esque, rainbowish, very, very unflattering outfit. Put her as the bodyguard of Eva DeMarie, who?
God.
Exactly. And you call her Dewdrop, but you spell it Dough Drop.
Classic Vince.
talk about digging your way
Christ.
out of the trenches. The old regime did her so dirty. I'm surprised she's still here.
I'd say she'd have to dig. She had to dig herself out of the trash. That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Over the years, Vince has had many, many bad ideas. Many bad ideas.
Most of them have been bad.
So it's.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna. I was gonna agree with you. There's been a lot of really bad ideas, and a lot of wrestlers just horribly just underutilized or even mistreated.
Mm-hmm.
There's mistreatment too. So.
Oh yeah.
So,
but
Bailey is good.
Bailey's going over.
Yeah.
Bailey is going to win because she has a match with Nia Jax at SummerSlam. Because you're not going to put Piper and Nia in the same match. I mean,
no.
Again, that's the time you go to the bathroom, make a sandwich, grab a beer. That is not a premium live event caliber match.
No, yeah, it's one of those things too. You just back it up and watch the last like 2 minutes.
The thing that I was talking about with the promo was, like I said, I thought Piper was fine, but Bailey looked like she didn't know what to do. It's like literally, it's like I had lines, I forgot my lines. She looked sad, like a sad puppy. I didn't know what was going on with her.
I didn't get a chance to watch that, so I'm not sure what you guys are talking. Like, do you think is there an explanation for that you guys can think of, or is it's like she doesn't care?
It was deer in headlights. All I did was watch the highlights from SmackDown, but she just stood there, kind of like the expression on his face was like, I thought she was gonna cry.
Or is it maybe something that Piper switched her promo at the last minute and all of a sudden?
No. That wasn't that at all. It's just the Bailey is ever since her win, and again, we have said the same thing about Cody Rhodes up until this point. Okay, you won the title. Now what? And they've done nothing now with her.
Yeah. I would agree with that, yeah, because quite frankly, the whole to finish the story thing was you could get invested in that, you could get behind that, and now there's just nothing. There's
story's done. Now what?
Well, and for her, it was to get back at Damage Control, and now Damage Control's not even there.
Yeah,
so
they're on Raw.
Yep.
So you don't even have that aspect to go off of. I think the Bailey is just holding the belt now until she if she wins at SummerSlam, Tiffany Stratton is cashing in, and then you go with Tiffany.
I think we've kind of said it before, but I feel like Bailey and Cody's title run so far has just been phase 4 and phase 5 of the MCU.
It's just holding.
It should have ended with Endgame. You did it.
Holding pattern.
Now what? Now what are we doing? We're just, And until The Rock comes back,
and that has really been the status of SmackDown. They're in a complete holding pattern. I mean, the only story that has any interest is the bloodline, and that's because Paul Heyman is holding that entire story.
But by being a hostage.
Yeah.
Because Solo can't deliver on the mic. We know that.
Not yet. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The pop that Roman Reigns is going to get when he comes back.
It's going to be so weird.
It's going to be amazing because Paul Levesque has already turned Roman Reigns into the biggest babyface in professional wrestling history. And they're
already chanting for Roman, right?
And and he's not even there. just wonderful, 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 wonderful. And I've been doing some watching on YouTube of Mr. Jacob. Ooh, a lot of folks thought that Jacob would go with Solo and the Gorillas of Destiny. Oh no. If Jacob goes there, he is going to outshine all of them.
Mm.
You're not gonna outshine Roman. So Jacob's
maybe.
So it'll be Jacob, the Usos, and Roman versus the Rock's line.
But when you say he outshines him, are you talking like in-ring talent or promo talent?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So
Jacob's amazing.
So then maybe they actually need Jacob there to counterbalance Roman.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Because they're building up Solo's group as these thugs, these criminals, yada yada yada. Well, Jimmy and Jay are not that. Roman coming back as a face would not be that. But as Paul Heyman has said, you've hired these guys, and we did background checks on them years ago, and we wouldn't let them in. So Roman's like, all right, you hired your thugs, I hired mine.
Mm-hmm.
And just let Jacob just run, and will soon be your favorite Samoan wrestler.
I honestly just do not know enough about him.
Just again,
I'm just gonna Google
one of his finishing moves, a pop-up Samoan drop. It's ridiculous.
Who's his dad? Sam Fatu.
His
okay. I got it.
So he's part of the family as
well.
Oh
yeah.
And I guess Ryan had to go to the bathroom or something here.
Yep. No, I'm just checking trying to check the Fatu Samoa bloodline. Jesus Christ. A family bloodline. Holy frick.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, had somebody needed in here, so I had to bounce away for a second. And then found out that apparently the refrigerator stopped working, so that's fun. All right, so we done with this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to Sami Zayn and Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep. Okay, this, I believe the best decision to make is to put the belt on Chad. That's what I think.
I think you're right now. I don't think I thought that last week, but I'm tending to think you're right now.
I would agree with that. I think I would rather see that, right on Chad.
But
because
go ahead.
Because it plays so much in, and you're going to have to pull this trigger soon with Otis, because now you've had 2 SmackDowns in a row where Otis has gone nose to nose with Chad. You can't play that for much longer. It's time to pull the trigger on that. Now, whether that happens at the event or on the Monday after, who knows? I think if you pull the trigger in Scotland, that crowd is going to erupt, absolutely erupt. That's just my thought.
Here's how I could see it playing out to pull the trigger. He goes in to help Sammy, but ends up knocking Sammy or something, hurting Sammy, and giving Chad the win accidentally.
That's possible.
Because the thing is, you can't have Chad win and then him turn on him at the end of the match.
Correct.
It has to be. It has to be kind of accidental, and I think it delays the turn a little bit until like a
Mhm.
week or two after.
No, this this has
Too long.
the trigger has way too long because again, the promo that he did backstage, Sammy's talking to him
Hmm.
and he's talking about, I lost my trucker. And I'm like, oh, Tucker, Tucker Reed and Otis were part
Hmm.
of a very fun tag team called Heavy Machinery, which is why when Otis does the worm, they've renamed it to the Caterpillar. It was they were a fun team to watch. Then he had this little kayfabe pseudo relationship with Mandy Rose, where he called her his peach, and then he lost his peach, and then he won Money in the Bank, and lost it in a match to the Miz. And then I lost my briefcase, and so you've just got all this sympathy. You're just heaping it on him right now. It's time to pull the trigger and get Otis away from Chad.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, too, you can't keep coming face to face without something finally breaking out. It's got to happen.
Right.
It just makes no sense because it's like that's the final boiling point. You have to pull the trigger.
Right. Now,
So
my only question is what happens with Tozawa and Maxine? Okay, who cares? No offense, but who cares?
They're just mannequins basically out there anyway.
Well, yeah.
Mm.
Now obviously Gable is going to, and it's been pretty much hinted that Gable is going to enlist the services of the Creed brothers. That's been teased as we see Chad and them talking in the back numerous times. Whether they bring Ivy Nile along, I don't know, but I could see them. But I could see possibly in a match where the Creeds are out there and they invite the former Alpha Academy out there to hang out. They're all celebrating in the ring, and then the Creeds and Ivy turn on them, and out comes Chad clapping, and now you have the gay people stable. But that's a whole other fantasy booking. And now my head, we're talking here and now. This could easily be the match of the night. This one right here.
But this is all presuming that Chad Gable signs a contract.
He already had. Well, okay. What I've heard, I heard this. Where did I hear this from? I heard this from the Solid Monster last night when he was on with JD from New York, and this also came from, I believe, Brian Alvarez at Pro Wrestling Insider. Every source inside WWE says a deal is on the table, and it's pretty much done. It just needs to be signed. So pretty much Chad is back.
Yeah,
which would be ridiculous to have him work past his contract just to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't make it that wouldn't make any sense. As for match of the night,
This could easily be the match of the night.
Definitely could
This
be a
could
huge
steal the
upset. Definitely would be quite the upset. So it's just I'll say this, then these two matches, Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, the I Quit, they need to be nowhere near each other.
They had to be swapped. Yeah, swapped.
Yeah, they need to be nowhere. Yeah, separated.
Separated.
Yeah,
because
the first one's going to suck. So you got to put Sammy and Chad next.
Maybe, but either way, you've got the women's championship match in between.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Oh yeah,
so it'll be in the middle.
Yeah,
but no, this one's going to be snooze fest. So yeah, Chad's got to win. Sammy's it's got to be it's got to boil over. It's got to finally do it. So it just or it's going to be
And
lame.
and this is no disrespect to Sammy. Sammy's a Sammy's a fine professional wrestler, but the story about the Intercontinental Championship at this point has nothing to do with him.
And honestly, that's why I'm saying I can see him, Otis, accidentally causing Sammy to lose, which makes him even more pissed.
Yeah, possibly.
But he
So now we come
I
to
think
the
he has,
main-
I think you're right. He figures in, but he can't attack Chad after Chad wins. I don't think that works.
Possibly, but we'll see. I think
We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. See if they can be creative enough to do it right. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I could see this match going either way.
I could too, but I'd rather have Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay. You might rather have Drew. The problem is now with the stipulation you had on Monday night, it's too easy now. Because Drew McIntyre beat Finn in the main event on Raw, where if Drew McIntyre won, Judgment Day is barred from ringside. They can't show up. They can't interfere.
Yeah.
Which all of a sudden is like, so if you're Drew, because you haven't mentioned his name in 3 weeks, he's out of sight, out of mind. You think you've got a clear path, but this clear path. All right, love it.
See, you love it.
But this clear path is really just opening the door for a different type of interference, of which I could see if you want to keep the belt on Damian, you could go this way. If you want to take the belt off of Damian, you could go another way. And you could do it with interference from two people who are not associated with the Judgment Day.
Yes. Would you?
Be obvious.
Yeah.
Well, CM Punk, yes.
Yep.
Because he has said he wants to, and he has said he's going to be either. Now, Matt, I would agree with you, except the last segment when they all bumped fists.
He did,
bumped fists. So Carlito would say he's more in than he is out.
Yeah, but
there is.
Here's the other.
Here's
the other thing.
Go on, Brad.
It's not stipulated that if they get involved, he's disqualified. They just said they're barred from ringside, and
that's a DQ. Then
is it a DQ?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I wanted to know.
Now, if you want to keep the belt on Damian, CM Punk comes and interferes to allow Damian to retain the belt. If you want to take the belt off of Damian, who's been in and around the Judgment Day the last couple weeks, who's not in the Judgment Day and wreaking all kinds of havoc?
Someone who's doing a remarkable amount of movement and fighting and very tall stiletto heels?
Liv Morgan. Which then she comes out, and Damian, being pissed because why are you here and you're causing all this drama with Now My Boys, is distracted enough for Drew to take the belt, which then leads to a backstage segment on the Monday show where Damian starts going after Dominic. You should have handled this. You should have handled this. You should have handled this. And then you got Finn and JD going, whoa. The kid did nothing wrong. And you keep saying you don't need us to hold that title. Well, guess what? We weren't there.
We don't
and you
need
lost.
you.
I almost think the latter sounds better, just as you described it. I think
Because Judgment Day's had its time. I think it's running its core. At least the current form of Judgment Day with Damian Priest.
yeah.
Correct. Because your new Judgment Day will be Finn, Carlito, JD, Dominic with Liv Morgan and Finn the Balor running another show.
Yeah, and I think that I think it's hard to keep it on Damien as a part of this group, in my opinion. I think it needs to be somebody who's doing singles competition and basically standing on their own. That's why I think Drew McIntyre makes more sense. And then of course that could lead into the finally getting the face off of building up CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Well, okay, so now
Ooh.
let's say so now as I said, I would not be shocked either way. If Drew does not win, he's going to go into Money in the Bank and he's going to win. That's my thought right there. That makes complete sense. But now my problem is with that, what do you do between now and SummerSlam? Let's say Drew wins.
Who's he fighting?
Because Drew in this match is a face, is an absolute face. Drew is a heel. If Drew wins now, he has a match at SummerSlam against Gunther, who is a heel. Heel matches don't work. They really don't.
No. I mean,
so what happens in between now and early August? That's not a lot of time. That's like 6 weeks.
Yeah. No, that is a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That is a
who
good
does
point.
Drew face? Yeah. I'll tell you one reason, though, I do like Joker's idea of Liv interfering is that it is driving the screw deeper into Rhea. I took your belt, I took your boyfriend, and I took Judgment Day. I've taken everything from you.
Yes.
That's a better story.
Yes. And again,
and that elevates the women's title. That really elevates the women's title.
And I go back to because a lot of folks they watch the product, but they don't really listen to a lot of things. This was about a week before WrestleMania. Becky and Liv had a match. Liv lost. Out comes Rhea walking down the aisle, and Liv off mic, but you could still hear her say, "Everything you love will be mine."
Mm-hmm.
That is not a throwaway line. Everything that is said has a purpose.
I still think that probably makes more sense to go that direction.
I mean, I could see either way go.
Something. Yeah, I just think you could probably work something faster with Drew McIntyre and being champion, but yeah, because it seems like Liv is being nothing but just a mess. I mean, she's a giant pain in the ass right at this point.
Oh, fucking love her.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's highly entertaining, but she's been a massive pain in the ass.
It's good. It's good TV, and they teased a possible opponent for her for Money in the Bank. That will be Zelina Vega, because Lyra has to get over her feud with Io Sky before they meet at SummerSlam. And I'm just gonna say, I am so happy we are getting black and gold unhinged Io Sky. Unhinged Io Sky is dangerous, absolutely fucking maniacal dangerous, and it's amazing.
That backstage segment, she's just like kicking shit all over the place.
Oh,
like, what is going on?
Oh, she's wonderful, and it is time for now. You talk about a faction that has run its course is Damage Control.
Mhm.
They all need to go their separate ways. They all do.
I mean, yeah, they just switched shows, right? So
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, okay. Well, so Asuka is also out. She had surgery on her knee. So she's out for an indefinite amount of time. So, well, what are you going to do now with them? There are no female factions in the WWE, and that's been that way for a reason, because they generally don't work. Now, Damage Control worked because they literally took over a brand and dominated that story of the entire brand.
mhm.
They can't do that here because there's not enough of them. And as much as I love EO is best as a solo act.
I think new show, new beginning. I think it makes sense to split them up.
Yep.
I think it
And
makes
also
sense to split 'em up.
Bailey's win kind of really signaled the end of Damage Control as well.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's
Correct.
like it's like finishing the story. It's like, all
Mhm.
right, the story's closed, so now all the participants need to go their separate ways. You can't keep
Yep.
beating a dead horse. And
Oh,
in the past,
speaking of,
WWE hasn't learned that, but hopefully they are now.
okay, before we start the quiz, can we give a little moment to
Oh,
give our final farewells to one Ricochet?
hey, he's leaving.
Oh my God! But what a way to go! What a way to go! Some folks said, "Oh, he got buried," and I'm like, "No, he didn't. He went out putting over and advancing the character of a rising star." You should be saying, "Ricochet, thank you,"
Mm-hmm.
For being a professional wrestler.
because that spot, oh my God, that's okay. So for one, and I'm glad they used the term. I'm glad they used the term lawn dart, because that is just exactly
We haven't heard that in so long.
I mean, we haven't seen that since Rey Mysterio and Kevin Nash on Nitro back in the day.
The thing that got me about that spot, though, was not when he hit the trailer.
It's when he
when he
fell.
hit the ground. I mean,
Right,
that was a smack sound. Oh my God.
Well, because the Rey Mysterio, that was just like the side of a shed. So there's nothing. This was a production truck that a side came out. So you hit, and then your weight shifted under, and then you're falling flat down. And then
the
that
smack
spot
noise.
Yes. Oh God. And then the power bomb onto the windshield. Oh, and that was absolutely. Oh God. Jesus. Now this entire
Disclosed
spot.
amount of time until his AEW contract is done.
Right. So this spot would not have worked if Samantha Irvin did not join him in the ambulance. It would not have worked.
I saw that after the fact, because somebody clipped it and put it on Twitter. So yeah, it was that definitely helps sell it. So it
so what a way to be written off of TV, carted off in an ambulance. I think that's a pretty definite write-off point.
Yeah, I would think it worked very well.
It was done very well.
Yeah, I think it was very, very well done.
And the match that started it, and the match that it started from.
With Braun, I had a question about that too.
With Braun and Ilya. Oh, you got a pay-per-view premium live event type match for free.
Okay,
thank you.
I have a question. The match was good, but I had a question about a spot. So I watched it last night on Hulu, because you can watch it on Hulu, and they cut out some of the stuff.
What's up, Matt?
When Dragunov was doing the coast to coast.
Mhm.
Did he miss that spot? Because it seemed like he came up short.
I think he came. I think he came up just a bit short, and commentators were quick to say, "Oh, he was targeting his knee because he was obviously not targeting his knee. He was going for his chest. Fell a little short, but
and the rerun was cut to the point that you could see an actual edit. So I'm like, something effed up there. There was an F up.
Related to what you're saying, I don't know if it's if what's causing it, but I watched like WWE, AEW, Impact, and all that. There's a lot of shoddy camera work going on, showing you like, you know how like you pump someone if you're about to hit them in the face. Well, the camera's been showing like the space between the hand and all that.
Oh,
or they did the coast to coast. They don't put it at an angle. They show the angle. You don't have to hit them with your feet. Where you're supposed to show them at an angle, it looks like you're hitting them. There's a lot of shoddy camera work going on the last year or so. I don't know what's causing it.
That has happened, and you know this is still now that Kevin Dunn is no longer with the WWE. Thank God they're experimenting with their camera work. All right, so are we ready for a quiz?
About as ready as I'm going to get. I guess Ego's just going to eat the points on this one.
Well, he's in last place, so who cares?
Ego didn't have a chance to win anyway, so
we can imagine putting up Jade Cargill as the answer to every question. There we go.
Oh,
there you go.
Wow.
Okay, so to close out the quiz segments, which again, the only one who has a chance of catching the chat is Brad. So Brad, we're waiting on you. We're looking to you to grab.
It's not going to be good.
I was about to say I struggle with the current day stuff, so that's my downfall.
Okay. and tag team finishers are tough because most of them are combined moves.
Mm-hmm.
So this, as I said, spans all eras. The first three are easy. The last two are not. The five in between, we'll see.
I'm just gonna write Dudleys and just save that for some point.
just write Hardy Boys Dudleys. Dudleys.
Well, the funny thing about the Dudleys, there's so many of them who use like an RKO diamond cutter and just call it something different as tag teams do. It's like anyway.
Okay, so
a lot of it's the same move, just renamed.
Yeah.
Number one.
All right.
Number one, the Doomsday Device. I will accept two possible answers.
Okay. I'm in.
Eyes are ready.
Okay.
Oh, I got to turn this thing off.
Right. You use your headline instead.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. That's why you're running. That's why you're running the thing, and I'm not. Right. Hopefully this is right. It's been a long time.
Okay. Legion of Doom, guys. You have what? Legion of Doom, demolition wrong. It is the Legion of Doom.
Cool.
They all kind of look alike.
No.
That's not a racist comment.
That is in fact why demolition came to exist, because Vince wanted his own Legion of Doom.
Right, exactly. So, number two, the Heart Attack.
Oh.
I went on.
Okay.
Got it.
Matt, you in?
I'm trying to remember if that's what Brett and Jim called it. The running close. I know they had the running clothesline. Well, I'm gonna go with Brett and Jim because no of the Hearts had a finisher that they did regularly.
Okay, so you're going with the Heart Foundation then? The Heart Foundation? The Heart Foundation is correct.
They called that weird that running clothesline thingy. Wow, I didn't even know that.
I feel you're right, man. Like there was a bunch of things they just didn't give names to till like later on. Just like DX would do a pedigree and a sweet chin music. That's
Yeah.
It's just both their finishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, the 3D.
I don't know. The Hardy Boy.
Hold on, let me pull what I was going to talk about clearly. I should have written this down before.
Thomas Preston said
What did
the
you-
Road Warriors. They were just being trolled by the chat.
That was heavy
All right.
machinery.
Now,
Are we ready? And go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
now, old school people will
Dudley's
know
the Dudleys, correct.
which Dudley actually started the 3D. It
Was it
wasn't
Spike?
one of the two. It was a little Spike
Spike?
Dudley. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Remember when the Dudley were like 17 of them and Devon wasn't there yet? It was all Uncle Dudley's illegitimate children. Little Spike started doing the 3D to people, and the others would help him do it. And eventually, Devon and Bubba Ray just made that the 3D because they were the only ones off with Devon, Bubba Ray, Sign Guy, and
the Dudley Death Drop.
Still one of my favorites to this day.
Yeah.
But it's still one of my favorites.
The next one is the Magic Killer.
Oh, fuck. The Magic Killer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so going to get fucked on this one. I don't, I'm going to be honest.
I don't
have a
remember. I
clue,
don't
so
remember
I'm
which
just-
two of them use it.
Honestly, I don't think it's not gonna help me, but I think it's a women's team.
I know it's a Bullet Club finisher. I don't remember which two of them. That might be one of those things where like
I thought it was a women's.
no, the Bullet Club, there's like 57 dudes in the Bullet Club, and every one of them, like one of them starts doing a move and they all start doing the same move. You know, like if one of them like the DDT, you'll need 17 DDT per match for the rest of the year. And they'll call it the Bullet Club DDT, you know. But
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
Right.
I'm big old goose egg.
Matt?
I don't know which two you go with, but definitely Bullet Club.
You can't say Bullet Club because there's just like you say, there's 57.
I know, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to get. Don't give me a point for it, but it's
no.
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is the OC.
Oh, God.
Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson.
I guess they took it to because
WWE.
Cody's finisher is the Magic, even though he calls it the Cody, whatever he calls it, it's the same move.
Right.
Cody Cutter.
Yeah. No, the twist, the thing Dustin does
oh.
too.
The Crossroads.
Yeah,
Crossroads.
it's the same move. It's just because Bullet Club does the same move. You know, it's like.
Okay, the next one, the one and done.
These are supposed to be the hard ones now, right?
Yes.
These are the.
And tag teams. I like watching tag teams, but
I think I can even see them. Sounds so familiar. I'm so.
I'll give you my name for this tag team.
Okay, just wait.
I don't even have a guess.
I'm going to give a guess, and honestly, it's just because I kind of think it fits the team, not a move wise, but just the theme of the team.
I know the name, but I can't think of who did
It's
it.
totally wrong.
Okay.
So
Totally wrong.
Matt,
I got nothing.
I only know
Matt,
I'm ready.
Brad?
I'm ready, but I only know
Let's see
because I hate them.
let's see it.
My answer is the
Knockoff.
knockoff discount Young Bucks,
Young
otherwise
Bucks.
known as the Usos.
I just thought
Usos-
awesome.
Yeah.
I just thought Awesome Truth as one and done would be funny.
I can't stand
It's-
those. I can't stand them. It's like they stole
It's
the
the
entire
Usos.
Young Bucks.
Is it the Usos? What was the move combination?
I thought it was the
It's
Uso
a
Splash.
It's a 3D.
Yeah.
It is.
This is
I was telling the truth when I tell you, like 400 and something people in tag teams use like the cutter variation to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it
that's
makes
right.
sense. It's one of the it's easy to do as a duo. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a very simple move to do. All right, the
Haven't
next
seen-
one. Next one, meet in the middle.
This feels like this is off off the ropes or something.
Yeah. I'm
just gonna fucking guess. Because
I got nothing. I can picture a move which is like a clothesline and a spear. That's what I'm picturing.
Well, you're close. You get the clothesline part right.
Meet in the middle.
I can't think of anything modern.
This is just tough overall.
Okay.
I'm blanking. So
I got
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
So off my back I go. The only thing that came to mind was
Judgment Day. The Judgment Day. That is. What's up, Jason? The correct answer is DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh,
would have never gotten that.
I went so far back.
Tommaso does the clothesline. What does Johnny do?
No.
Right? Oh,
Johnny
the other way around.
does the Johnny does the clothesline, and Tommaso does a running knee strike.
Yeah,
and they do it right in time together. Okay. Next one.
I'm having trouble remembering tag teams.
We're going old school here.
No
Decapitation.
Shit. Decapitation.
Oh, it's not the Road Warriors, obviously. That was the first answer.
This is a guess too.
I think it's wrong to say ISIS.
He said old school, so I'm going with old school to see if this works. I doubt it does, though.
I'm trying to think old school. Jesus.
I may have dropped the hint.
All right, so I think we
got
got
nothing.
Can I put it up?
Okay, yeah, Ryan, let's see it. Let's see it. Four Horsemen? Nope. Demolition.
Jeez.
Wait, I had that earlier.
That's why I said it's not the Road Warriors. I was trying to. That's why I said it's not the Road Warriors. No, they didn't have another finisher. At when one demolition dude left and Brian.
Okay. Yeah, when Axe left and then Crush came in.
I do appreciate that Thomas Preston is trying to participate too. So
Right.
Heat is one of my 5 favorite tag teams of all time.
Harlem Heat was awesome.
Yeah. Number 8. The Heat Seeker.
I'm just.
Oh God, I could see the stupid thing in my head.
This isn't
A hint. A hint. WCW.
Oh God, I didn't really watch
tag team named
WCW.
the Heat Seekers. That I'm thinking of too.
Well, I'm not going to get this one. I didn't really watch WCW, so I'm kind of handicapped on that one.
Okay, so I'm going to go.
I have a guess this time.
Okay.
Well, here I'm ready.
Fuck it. This is. I think. Let me just.
70% guess, kind of, but I'm ready.
Mine's 100% wrong, but I'm whatever.
Put it up.
Yeah.
It's
not even close.
NWO.
Oh my God.
Heat. It's Harlem Heat.
How the hell did Preston guess before you asked the question of like?
there is actually a tag team called the Heat Seekers that has a finisher called the Heat Seeker, but they're like a minor league tag team, but they've been around for 30 years. Yeah. Right. I wasn't sure if Joker was going old school or me. Like,
honestly, the only reason I went with Heat, without him even saying, if I heard Heat Seeker, I'm like Harlem Heat, just because of the name. Just like Heart Attack. That's the Heart Foundation.
Fucking made sense, wouldn't have? Ryan, dumbass.
All right. Now these last 2 are the tough ones.
Oh, these are the tough
what's happened?
Yeah. The next one, the second to last, is called What a Rush.
What a rush.
That was someone's
fuck.
Can we get a slight hint? Like something, because this is fucking
Managed.
hard.
Okay, well, obviously the What a Rush is a reference to an old tag team that was managed by someone who is managing a current tag team.
Well, I know who that is. I'm just trying to remember the name because we've seen some names.
No idea.
Okay.
Oh God, what's the other
No
one?
wonder Matt's the fucking champion. Jesus.
Oh God.
I don't know that. Well, okay. I'm gaming the
Rush.
fact that you're gaming us, Joker. So I'm playing you on this one, not with
Okay.
my guess.
But wait,
And if you didn't give that clue, I would have said something entirely different. Because the first thing I said when you said "What a Rush" was not the move; it was something someone said in a promo.
that's not what I'm thinking. That's not what
They've
I'm
actually-
thinking.
They've actually called this move "What a Rush."
See, I'm hearing entrance. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So
I
I
got
don't know.
Yeah.
Rush.
Yeah. So I don't know if
But
they had a
I'm
move
pretty
called
certain
that,
we already had both teams that would have
Yeah.
triggered, so I got nothing.
So
I
the
got
Road
nothing.
Dogg and the Road
Well-
Dogg and X-Pac, no. Okay, so let's hear it. Let's
I'm
see.
just guessing Road Warriors, but let's go to the way.
No. The answer is the Authors of Pain.
I would
Oh.
never. I've never even heard of that.
It is
wait.
they are managed by Paul
Paul
Ellering.
Right.
And the move is a powerbomb neck breaker combo.
Oh, okay.
Whose
So-
entrance was What a Rush? Was that
Oh,
Demolition
Legion
Legion?
of Doom. The
Yeah.
Legion
Okay.
of Doom.
What a rush! You know that.
Yeah.
That's what came to my mind.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
got stuck in my head.
The Authors of Pain also have a cutter as their finisher.
Yes. Now, for the last one, I'm gonna let you guys think on this one because I have to pee, and by the time I get back, you'll probably still be the wondering.
And you also got to address the bell to Matt. So
And
send that
And-
out.
so the last one is the after party.
The after party?
After party? Did he say this is old school or tough in general? After
He said the
party.
last two are tough. The after party? Okay, who would?
I have an idea, but I don't know their name.
Well, it's not the first thing I thought of, which was the Lucha House Party.
No, I have an idea. I'm
I'm
picturing it.
I'm trying to think of a team that would be more on the I guess party side. You know,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, Classic Edge and Christian were kind of like
Yeah.
they're kind of like the party boys.
Honestly, I was thinking something more along some Breezango.
Hmm.
And there's some pretty boys right now in NXT. I just don't know who they are.
Fuck, Wookie comes in and says, "Oh my god, it's hot gayness." What the fuck does that mean?
Okay,
Dude,
so
not a
He
fucking
just
one of
that
us.
means he saw the acolyte, except it's not hot, but totally gayness.
So you're kind of close. This team got their start in NXT.
The after party.
Insane Clown Posse, that is wrong.
Is it just watched episode 3? So yeah, that's what that was in reference
Yeah.
to. Dude, I got literal nothing.
Okay, literally, I can describe them. I don't know their name, but it's like the two dudes are like the current version of Breezango, and they wear shirts, long sleeve shirts, where they have no
Pretty
stomachs. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Deadly.
That's
No.
who I was thinking. But
No,
it
no,
makes
you're
sense.
wrong.
I know, but it's a good guess at least.
It is a good guess. The answer is KC2, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance.
I've never in a million years.
It is
Yeah,
a
no,
neck breaker. It's a Caden is holds her opponent in a neck breaker position, and then ton of chance hits a 450 splash as they drop.
So another cutter.
Basically. All right, so Matt, you're gonna stay for you're gonna stay for this because you're gonna be our judge. And as I explain this, I'm gonna tabulate the points here.
Judge,
Okay.
jury, and executioner. I'll hit the winner with a cutter. There we go.
Okay, so
I'll take the
chat,
silver.
Out of 50 possible points, the chat got 40. Brad, 33. Ryan, 23.
Oh, wow.
So now,
Ego
for
negative
this-
17.
so
That's
So
just for
for
liking
this
Jade
segment-
alone.
Yeah.
Well, it
So
would have
for-
been Bianca Jade. Bianca Jade would have been every answer.
So for this segment here, what we're going to do is we're doing a top 5. So we have categories, and you're going to give a top 5. Now, Matt, what you are going to be, you're going to be the judge of this, and you are going to assign who gave the best argument per round. And so whoever comes out on top gets 3 points. Whoever comes in next gets 2 points, and then 1 point. And what's going to make this more fun is when Ego comes back, there will be rounds where folks score 0 points. So
Do we have to rank these?
It's just a top 5. It's just a top
Yeah.
top 5.
Okay.
So like I'll start, and because the category is our top 5 worst finishers.
I want to write
Of
down
all
what you
time.
say. I already know one of them. I already know one
No,
of
no.
them.
You guys can know. No, we're gonna do this at the same time, and then we're gonna make our.
Oh, but what I mean is, do we have to rank like the number 5, the number 4, the number 3, or just like our 5 generally?
We are gonna rank our 5. So
Okay.
right now we are looking at our number 5. So
Okay,
get
hold on.
ready.
Give me 1 second then. Give me 1 second. Okay. Because I didn't do that. Sorry.
So
So
number
I
5 is
am-
the least, and then number 1 is the worst, like the absolute worst. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so then
So
okay.
get yourself ready, and when I say go, reveal.
Oh, I guess I should put it back on the typing my thing.
Do I have to
Mhm.
show you?
I thought we were just
Yes.
gonna say them.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You're
Hold
gonna show
on.
it. You're gonna
Okay,
show it.
hold on. Give me a second. I did. Okay, I'm not getting it.
You're going
Yeah,
to demonstrate the finisher on someone in your house.
No.
My dog has arthritis. He's not in good shape.
Your dog will reverse and hit you with a DDT.
Now, one of them, honestly, I'm a little confused if it's finisher or signature. So I'm gonna. That's my problem on one.
That's fine. We'll go from there. Okay, ready?
No, I'm still writing, dude. Sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to. Your instructions were not clear.
Damn lawyers.
All right, Jesus.
4, 5. Okay, hold on. Last one.
No, just one of them, Brad. Just one of them.
Oh, just in general?
Just okay.
So-
Your fifth worst.
Oh,
Finishing
okay.
move.
Okay. Okay. Now I got you. Okay.
I'm gonna get hate for this one.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Brad,
And if
you
it's
ready?
not a finisher, I have another option. I think it's
Okay.
a finisher.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're all thinking differently here. Brad, explain why that's the worst.
So I went back and looked at it, and I was trying to see what type of pressure. First off, wasn't certain if it's a finisher or a signature. I think he's
It
used
is.
it as a finisher. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't see the pressure being put on it really in a way that looks like someone would submit. The only thing you have is Cena's arms look giant next to someone's neck. And the guy's just like bending his neck backwards, There's no indication of pressure being put on, so it's not a believable finisher to me.
You can
It
drive
would
a Mack
inflict
truck
pain.
through that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan.
And Cena's got short arms.
He does have short arms. I've met him.
Like
So-
he's like Cavill syndrome.
So Ryan, explain yours.
Something similar. When your body lands on the ground, your legs don't land flat. You could literally drive a truck through like the way you would see him land. And it was just like, okay. It's nonsense. It looks like it hurt you more than them. And quite frankly, it's like I think he said over the years that it actually did damage to his back.
Yeah.
Hogan damaged his back severely.
Yeah.
Not only doing the leg drop, but trying to make sure he hadn't hurt the guy doing the leg drop.
Okay. Mine. For one, it's a stupid name. The Skull Crushing Finale. Done by a stupid wrestler, The Miz. Where it's got too much setup. You're behind your opponent. You don't even lock in a full Nelson. Then you step in front of the guy and then trip him to fall on his face. It's a stupid move. And it is one of just the worst finishers in my opinion. So now, since we've all given our case, Matt, in your opinion, who picked the worst finisher of the three?
It is yours, Joker, and I'll give you a particular reason. One of my top 3 pet peeves in wrestling is when you take a name that has a move and you change the name of the move just to put your name in it or to give it your variation of the same. The Skull Crushing Finale is just a reverse Russian leg sweep, basically, with a half Nelson on it. And he's been doing that thing so long, and I've been yelling. I used to yell at screen, "No, it's a reverse Russian leg sweep, you moron!" And I used to yell when I was younger, obviously. And so that is why that to me is the worst of those 3.
Okay, now of the remaining 2, who has the worst?
I guess I'll go with the leg drop just because of the injury thing. Like you have your finisher, you do an injury of a finisher. For how many years did he do that finisher and keep damaging his the steroid do that much brain damage to him in the 70s? They didn't stop leg dropping for like 40 years.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So we now have on the board is Brad. Next is Ryan. With Brad has a point. Ryan has 2. I have 3. Next. So now your next worst finisher. Type it in.
Well, Brad, you and I are going to have something in common on this one.
Okay. Brad, you ready?
Yeah.
Ryan, you ready?
Yep.
And let's see it. The SCFU, okay. Yes. Which okay, so which I'm gonna say for the PG era, they decided to change the name to make it more PG, but they took the one letter. So it went from shut the fuck up to shut the fuck.
Yeah.
That's the name.
You took the wrong letter.
Yeah.
Shut the up.
Okay, so Ryan, give your reason why the STF is an absolutely horrible finishing move.
Because first off, it didn't fit his wrestling style, in my opinion, at all. So that was one reason. 2, actually, what you alluded to, I thought the name switch was the dumbest thing ever. Like they also did it for with you know what, because it was the FU and then it became the attitude adjustment. It was just so fucking retarded. It was nonsense. It was so stupid. And so yeah, the name switch is a really big one for me because I was like, what? And they just did it on a dime too. They didn't explain anything. So I hate PG wrestling.
Okay, Brad, yours was
Scotty Too Hottie the Worm.
Please elaborate.
Well, a lot of show for just like basically like an elbow drop or just a fist drop. I mean, it you know what? It got the crowd excited, but it's not believable as a finisher at all. I mean, there's no force being brought in other than maybe a couple hands onto someone's shoulder. It's like, oh my God, I just got wiped out by this. And honestly, I predict Joker will be making a similar argument for what I predict will be his number one.
You know me too well.
I knew that
I
was
know
on
you're
the
number
list.
one. We know
I
he's
knew that
number
was
one.
on your list.
He's number one. So I mean, it's if for what Scotty Too Hottie and Lawler's son, I forgot his name. Lawler's son were Brian Lawler. It fit for their
Grandmaster
gimmick.
6A.
Yeah, sexy. But it's just not viable as believable as a finisher. It just lacked any oomph. And I think a finisher should have that oomph. It's like, holy shit, that person got taken out. So like when I play on WWE 2K, it's like, now it goes to the red. It cuts blood. It's like knocks him out. This is just like, I dropped an elbow. I dropped a fist on you, or maybe an elbow.
Okay.
What's the success of that move?
I know it was
King
coming. Look, I'm
screaming
not. I knew this one
So-
was going to be here.
So mine is the rear view. Naomi. Now, a hip check, a hip attack can be devastating. You're generating force using your own body's the momentum. Naomi throws her opponent into the ropes. As they're bouncing back, she turns around, jumps up, does the splits, and she doesn't run into them with her ass. They run into her ass and fall flat onto the mat. So
That is true.
basically, she does nothing. It's the opponent that runs into her ass.
Maybe she needs to bathe more. I don't know.
It is just the move is nonsense. So
It is nonsense.
Matt,
Okay.
of these three, who is the worst?
I'm going to go by your picking from your three regions for this because the rear view is my most despised finisher in all of wrestling history. Okay. But it would be cheating. So because he was describing accurately that it takes too long to execute or whatever other region you gave, I'm going to go with him as the worst of the three. But if it were
Brad?
me, yeah, like you're number two.
Okay.
But I'm trying not to, but I know I personalized the first one. I'm trying to judge based on your responses, But
Gotcha.
the first one you hit me like the big, oh my God, I just can't stand when they rename finishers. I still call it the Spicoli driver. That's like 40 years later.
Spicoli driver.
All right.
All right.
Next, get ready for your next one.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm
Ryan,
good.
you ready?
Yep.
And reveal. Yes, Ryan, good call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yep.
Cobra, and then it's and then it's just pink.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep.
And the worst is the opponent had to sell like they got bit by a snake. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
It would have even been slightly more legitimate if he would have just chopped him in the neck or something with like that.
At least it's
just-
not an RKO.
God.
I
Let me
wasn't sure
lay
if
you
anybody else
down.
was going to pick this one, but yeah, all right.
Good call.
Yeah.
Brad, yours was?
The leg drop, the most devastating move ever. And we've already talked about it. Besides the fact he damaged himself way more than an opponent, it's literally like it's not even placing his thigh. He's placing like underneath his knee on the guy's chest. I was like, there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
There's more impact on his ass and his tailbone than everything else.
And what made it worse was he was doing an era when was it beautiful Bobby was doing the Alabama Jam leg drop off the top rope. So like you got you're near a top rope leg drop in the same wrestling league, and Hogan was doing a regular leg drop. It was a finisher.
And the other thing was like, sometimes some people will run back and forth between the ropes several times before delivering a blow, which rhymes with elbow, to the other wrestler. Hogan hit the ring once and slowly lumbered and dropped the leg. So
there were times he just booted him in the face, and as he's standing there, he just went,
just fell on him basically.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, he's admitted that from having his vertebrae fused, he's lost 4 inches of height.
Yeah.
Well, gee whiz. What was the most impact on your spine ever?
All right. So, Ryan,
I'm almost as tall as him now.
So, Ryan, why did you put the Cobra in this spot?
The same reasons you did, because he was, and just on top of that too, he was running around with a unibrow at that time. Remember that? He had fucking unibrow going on. He pulled it out of his thing, and then he's like, it was so dumb, because yes, he wound it up like he was charging something, and then Cobra,
and then
so
bink, and then and it's not even a devastating strike. It's just bink.
Yeah, it's just a tap.
So Matt, okay, so say you were to pick myself and Ryan as the worst of this, we would both get 3 points.
Well, then that's the way, because that.
Yeah. I think it's funny that it's a lot of us are kind of all on the same pages with this.
Right. All right.
We still got 2 more, guys. Did I get 1 or 2 off that? Did I get 1 or 2?
You should probably get 2, right? Because you don't take,
yeah.
Okay.
He got 2. Yeah. He got 2.
All right. So this could be funny next.
Oh, it's going to be funny on my part too, because you'll see.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
And reveal.
What is it?
The worm.
I thought it was called the snake bite. It's Santino's
Cobra.
Cobra.
Okay.
He would say snake bite. He would say something like that. Yeah.
So Ryan, Ryan. So Ryan, your rationale for the worm.
Well, because, and the only reason that, and look, I understand the people's elbow is stupid, but the worm probably took twice as long as the people's elbow did. And it wasn't something that was tongue in cheek. The Rock did the people's elbow because he was a heel then. He was obnoxious, but the WORM, you'd almost be halfway done with the people's elbow right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would sit there and he'd do whoop, 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 and then he would whoop, whoop, and then chop, the chop. I like really judo chop.
All the build up.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Right.
It'd make more sense if he did a splash on him or something. I don't know.
It's literally like the gobbledygooker of a finishing move.
Yes.
Right.
What's in the egg? What's in the egg? It's a guy in a turkey outfit.
So Brad, your rationale,
Shockmaster.
Your rationale for the Cobra is?
Clearly, you've said a lot already, which I agree with. Also, I'm offended as an Italian American because, I mean, look, I take care of mine, right? You can do that.
Yeah, that motherfucker doesn't fly.
But I mean, it's just like, it was just so ridiculous, and I'm like, dumb.
Right.
It's like watching Ahsoka again.
It's like, mine here again, as has been said with his other, the name change from the FU to the AA out of nowhere is just dumb. And this was really supposed to be, for one, it's just a fireman's carry is all it's supposed to be. Yeah. And this was supposed to be John Cena's move to be as exciting as the F5.
Mhm.
That's what he did this move for. And it is the fact that he won championships and retained championships with a fireman's carry is frankly offensive.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt,
It almost makes you think wrestling is fake.
right?
Well,
So, Matt,
Scripted.
Obviously the snake bite is the worst. Is it the best of the worst or the worst of the best? Which way is that?
It's pretty
okay,
bad.
so who's getting the 3 points in this one?
The snake bite. It's a 3-pointer.
Okay, the Brad. Jason.
Yeah. Now it was tough here because we have the stupidity of the worm, but then we have the stupidity of almost everything John Cena does. like, and it's sad because he's a really good wrestler. Like when he doesn't wrestle WWE, so like those matches with Kevin Owens, when Kevin Owens came up and Vince supposedly ripped into him for that, but for doing real wrestling, actually wrestling, not doing it. But okay, yeah. For the reasons you guys gave, I will go with the attitude adjustment as the 2-pointer. Okay.
Thank you.
The name change, and then the whole fireman's. Oh God,
Yeah,
Okay.
the name changes were terrible. They bugged me so much.
Now, before we get to our number one, I have an honorable mention, and that is the Annihilator, the move that is now used by Nia Jax, which was used by her relative Yokozuna, which I will go even further back, even though it was not used from the corner ropes. Does anyone remember a wrestler named Earthquake?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Earthquake, guy was laying on his back, and he would jump up and down because he's causing a tremor because he's an earthquake, right?
Yeah.
And then he would run, hit a rope, do like a Hulk Hogan walk, and instead of dropping a leg, drop his ass on a person's chest. So I'm trying to imagine the guy laying on the mat. Okay, here's the tremors. Here it comes. Oh, sweaty ball sack. Great. Where's my paycheck?
I would never let. Remember Bastion Booger did that same move?
Yes.
I would
Didn't
never let that happen.
Rikishi do something
Stink face.
similar? Oh, the
Yeah,
stink,
stink
but I
face.
thought he did. I know he did
Is it
stink
stink?
face,
Yeah,
but I thought he did a butt drop too.
he did.
Mm.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
usually didn't work though. And the stink face was just a signature.
That was a
but,
sig move.
The thing is that Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
You're sitting on
Okay.
someone.
So
No, your face is in his ass crack.
So time for our last one.
I know
I
what you're
wonder what
thinking.
Joker's is going to be.
Jeez, I don't know.
It's got to be Sweet Chin Music or Pedigree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
a Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah, no.
What
Oh, it's a
finisher
figure four.
is most devalued, the Sweet Chin Music or the RKO/Cutter in terms of how many people do them now?
We'll talk about
Oh,
that
that's an interesting question for another time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. So because next week the top 5 is our top 5 best finishers of all time.
Oh.
All right. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
Let's see it.
Rerun.
Yeah.
The collie chop is bad. The collie chop
That
is
is
bad.
bad.
Yes. And this was which one, Brad?
It's Naomi's rear view.
The review.
The review. Yeah.
I mean, that is
I'll go
really
first.
stupid.
I'll go first. And
I'm so shocked. I'm shocked.
Okay. Much like what's said about the worm, the setup for this move is actually a very well executed spine buster. Very well executed spine buster. If you'd have gone from the spine buster into the rock bottom, done. We're not having this conversation. But no. Spine buster comes over, sweeps the leg over, does this over the top pose where he pulls off the elbow pad.
You're quaking just right.
Throws it into the crowd. Does the stupid arm things, hits the rope, hits a rope to build momentum, and then comes to a dead stop. So
Sometimes slid to a stop. Slid to a stop.
The maneuver itself is a standing elbow drop.
Yep.
With no real impact whatsoever. Now, this move does not go over unless you have JR
selling
it. This move is everything emblematic of what I could not stand about the Attitude Era. Mediocrity with great marketing.
Question. What if the elbow has a bunch of bursitis in it like it does now?
No.
Does that change?
No.
It blows up across the guy's face.
Well, the irony too is that it's actually his right elbow, the one that he dropped, that has the bursitis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too many people's elbows there, Dwayne.
Yeah, and again,
it is free time.
Much like my previous one, the fact that you've won championships, defended championships with this move, frankly, that's offensive. I'm just saying. Okay.
I always wanted to catch an elbow pad, though.
The Kali chop.
Good God. Where the fuck do I okay, so first off, he literally
it's a chop.
It's right here, the hardest part of your head. When you headbutt somebody, you headbutt them here. You don't do it here, you do it here. And I can literally picture it when he used to do it to Kane. And I'm like, are you serious? And like, dude, that kill the fuck out of your hand. If you literally swung your hand and hit somebody here, you're breaking bones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My boxers wear gloves.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
And that almost made my list. That almost made my list.
This was actually it was the first one I thought. I know what it was the first one I thought of when you said the worst, and I was like, oh God, I know what I'm picking.
Okay.
Well, obviously, see prior comments, because I think Joker's assessment was accurate. But the fact is, how does this sell a damage? I mean, and she delivered it to dudes, right? She did it to dudes too. I thought she did it to some dudes sometimes.
Oh,
I'm pretty
yeah. There were some
times
matches where her and Jimmy were in a match together.
But I mean, what dude is like, oh no, I'm gonna run into the girl's ass. Oh, this is or maybe there's some women out there who maybe would like that as well. So it's not being sold as like any activity being done by Naomi at all. She literally just jumps up, presents her ass, and someone runs into it. It's like
pretty much, yeah.
And bad prawn hub.
Right.
And it's supposed to be to sell. It's like, how does this do anything? What impact is happening other than the other person having momentum and hitting you? If you didn't jump in the air, they just run into you. The only sell, honestly, and this is also probably why we don't have it anymore, because this was when women were not being treated really as legit wrestlers. Mm-hmm. It was still more the diva era, so they were just being sold off their bodies. So what gives some sexual pleasure but running into a woman's ass?
And who was the Divas champion at this time? Nikki Bella and her move, the Rack Attack.
I mean,
thanks,
Vince. Thanks, Vince.
Yeah.
So not only is and God, I'm supposed to be like such a misogynist. At least if you've watched some of my videos.
You and all of us around here.
Yeah, that's right. But not only does it just lack any legitimacy, it's fucking offensive to women and actual women wrestlers who train and try to be legitimate wrestlers. So that's honestly why I've put it as the worst one.
All right.
And so Matt, I think you guys know this is I hate that Naomi's butt attack. Like if you watch Timeless Tony Storm or Myra do the butt attack, they've run
Right.
their butt like the person on the turnbuckle looks like they're trying to crush the person's skull through a turnbuckle, right? So
Right.
that's a legitimate way to do that, right? And you see Naomi doing this as you guys
In the middle of the ring.
Yeah, and she doesn't even run at the person. She just like, you know, and she's tiny. She's like, it's not like Nia Jax is at least 300 pounds or whatever. She's tiny.
240.
And, well, yeah, whatever. I mean, you know,
right.
It's still twice as much as Naomi probably weighs. You know, what does Naomi weigh? How much of this bowl when it's full? It's like,
all right. So
Matt, that's number 3. That's the 3-pointer. It's going to be Naomi's butt attack because.
All right,
you
so
know,
there's that one.
It reminds me when we were kids and we would run up to someone and do a butt attack and like pass gas on them. That's what Naomi reminds me of so much.
It was a more inactive stink face.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So who gets the two points?
Okay. Now I'm going to go with your 2 reasons for this particular, because if I go with my reasons, it would be the Kali chop because of the worst, because we saw the great Kali as a wrestler well after his body had been destroyed by out of control Indian hardcore wrestling. So
right,
people forget that. I've seen some of the matches with him early on. He was not nearly as defective as he was when he got here. But with your reasons, I got to go with the people's elbow as the 2-pointer, just because it's like because he stops. That's the number one thing he does. Like when you said when he just stops and loses all the momentum, and you're standing there like and you have to be like in a Mortal Kombat mood to accept that move works. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only way you know. But I mean, for those out there, go look at old Kali matches before when he wasn't injured. You can find him on YouTube. He was way more athletic. Not saying he was a Andre level, but or Undertaker level, but he could actually move his legs and do some suplexes on people and things like that. And you know, it's a shame that he came here after his career. The same thing with Giant Gonzalez. He was destroyed down there in Mexican hardcore wrestling for 15 or 20 years. Then he comes here and he looks like an idiot, you know?
I think the one thing Joker is missing, which could hurt his argument, is that The Rock is Black Adam, and Black Adam has the ability to channel energy. I think perhaps The Rock channeled the energy, the kinetic energy from all that.
Now on, it's not the people.
This is my job. I get paid to make these arguments.
It's the bursitis elbow from now on.
Okay.
The kinetic energy concentrated in the elbow.
All right. So Matt, Matt, are you good with being the judge for these next rounds of this?
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
All right. So going around the horn, Brett. Well, what do you have coming up?
Well, I put out this week a review of the most recent Doctor Who, where Doctor Who has a very intimate kiss with a man, fully establishing that Dr. Schutte is gay. And I have never been called a homophobe so much in my 51 years of life until this video.
Gotcha.
I just put out another video before we went live on the Acolyte. Someone please go watch that. That'd be nice. My Acolyte videos are not getting any views, but neither is the Acolyte. Otherwise, tomorrow night I will be on Static 2020's the weekend pregame. And then I'll just be watching Doctor Who over the weekend. Star Trek Discovery's done, so I got no more Trek to watch until I go back and watch good Trek.
All right, Matt. So what do you got?
I think we'll both be on Roman's show tomorrow.
Yes, we
going
will.
over the spam collide.
Weekly for our weekly
That's our self-flagellation
therapy
session.
Yes, our therapy session.
I have my Friday show at 3:00, which is like a roundup of fandom stuff. I will be going over this Friday. I found a lot of like live streams on YouTube of like Tokusatsu, which is Japanese sci-fi, like the Godzilla films, Ultraman.
Yeah.
They're just streaming this stuff 24 hours a day for free, good quality. So I want to put some of that on my show on Friday. Also,
nice.
I'll probably do a short video about Clash of the Castle, my picks and my thoughts on it. That'll be out Thursday or Friday. And I think there's an AEW pay-per-view I'll be talking about. That's on the 30th. I'll be on one of those soon. I will get back to doing my regular review content now that my leg is kind of healed, which is going to be a review of I'm reviewing Sharp, the TV series. I'm up to the 4th season of that. About to start that, and then starring the 1990 Horatio Hornblower TV series. And then there's a pretty good World War II film called Greyhound that I had to record a review of from 2022. Last night was today's Wednesday, so last night on Jacob Ironside's channel we reviewed what's it big? I almost said Big Jake. True Grit with John Wayne, the classic True Grit. Yeah. So, and next Tuesday on Jacob's channel we're doing Speed. So I think that's kind of what I got going on. Yeah.
Very cool.
There's only one Speed movie.
Correct.
There's only one Matrix movie.
Correct.
You mean Equilibrium? That's the only Matrix movie.
Yeah. So I might be taking the next couple of days off. Work's been pretty crazy lately, so I nothing till the weekend. I'll probably say Skinamax Saturday evening most likely, and then I believe Anna and I are going to be watching Hitler and the Nazis, Evil on Trial. So we should be doing that. Also covering a lot of political stuff lately because gee whiz, I wonder why on my.
Is there anything happening?
I think it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, my Legion Wire channel. No, it's not the Collie Chop channel. Since my tags aren't there. And then of course Monday. Game of Thrones season 2 episode 1. I cannot freaking wait. I'm so excited. And
House of Dragon.
Yeah,
House of Dragon.
Sorry, House of Dragon. Thank you. That's what I meant. Shit. Fuck. I feel like I just went back like 3 months. And then I'm watching The Acolyte too. So great. Also, shout out to the chat. You guys are the best.
Wait. I know how they could fix Naomi's move. How about I do the butt attack thing right as Cully does the chop?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
They can call the skull-shattering ass blast.
Dear God, that sounds awful. All right, so
JR would deliver it so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So just you know, Brad and I are tied with 12 points. Ryan has 9. So as you can see, this can get a lot of points real fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, for myself, you can catch me tomorrow with Roman of the Empire with this guy for our weekly therapy session because we watch stuff so you don't have to feel sorry for us. Mm-hmm. And then Friday I will be dropping a video on. I did this a while ago, going through the Raw roster and the SmackDown roster of the women on who I think will eventually hold championship gold. I'll be doing that Friday for the Raw men's. And then Monday, House of the Dragon. Wednesday, right back here again for a Clash of the Castle review. Looking forward to Money in the Bank. And then Friday, you could probably also catch me with the weekly Rogues Gallery. But until then, folks, thank you for being here. Chat, you're great. Panel, this was a lot of fun show. We will see you next. We will see you next week. And until then, doodles.
If you smile, the rock is cooked. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Miami, Florida, weighing 275 pounds, the People's Champion, The Rock.